Hi, welcome back to Crimson Glass on YouTube. This is your November site and story status update. Please excuse Sasha as she flashes her butt. She did not bother me all morning while I was remote teaching, so we're giving her a break and letting her hang out. I did not make one of these in October. My apologies. Things came up. We'll get into it. General life update. The day I started putting together October's post and video, I got a job. I got a call. Ironically came through as spam and I answered it on a whim, and they were offering me a job. So I have a job. I teach French and social studies to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Basically, I'm teaching cultural geography with a dose of French language. I teach in 15-day cycles. If that sounds insane, it's because it is. I get a brand new class every 15 days, every 15 school days anyway. So about once a month, I turn over and teach my whole class again. So it's interesting. I'm already I'm about halfway through my second cycle, which means I know what I'm doing a little bit more, to the extent that any of us know what we're doing in 2020. But as you might imagine, it has affected my writing. Tried really hard not to let it, and I try to start this job the way that I mean to go on. Like, you guys always hear the horror stories about teachers and how they just can't put the job away, and I watch my mom do it, and I have trouble doing it too, especially here when we're on remote, because today's a Friday and we're on remote in my district. We have I work 4 days, and then Friday is an optional day. I'm sure at some point they're going to require us to come in because, God forbid, teachers not have to wear a freaking mask all day. I teach in a mask. We have cohorts, so I have one set of kids on Monday and Tuesday, and then another set on Wednesday and Thursday. The kids are socially distanced in the classroom, so my class sizes are small, but, they can't move, so group work is kind of a lot harder. I don't have a classroom, so the kids don't come to me. I go to them on a cart, so I'm constantly on my feet. So the first month was a lot. I love it. So I just realized I made a list of complaints, and I love it. I love everything. I love my students. I've had a really, I'm lucky that in every single class I've had a couple of great kids, and this particular cycle I am over the moon with all of my kids. We've had a great time together. I'm really mad I don't get to keep them the whole year, but so far so good. And every time I teach everything, I'm just getting better at it because it's the first time I've taught this particular section, this whatever. And because this class is brand new, I am creating it from scratch. I have to write all the content. There's not even a program, there's not a textbook, there's nothing. I have to create everything from scratch, and that's just also been a thing. And they give us a prep period, but if anybody else who's a teacher know that prep period is just about making sure you're done for the rest of you've got everything together for the rest of the day. When you want to actually, I have to do work at home every day at this point. I am getting closer to being able to shut it out for the weekends, which is kind of the goal. I don't mind doing a little bit of work every day. So I come home right after work because I don't have a classroom. So after my last class, I'm not going to the planning center to just unpack for 20 minutes so I can do 20 more minutes of work in my mask. I go right home after work, and then I'm home by about 3, and then I probably do another hour of work at my desk. I could probably do more. Some days I do. Sometimes I work till 5, but I try really hard to be done by 5. I really do love my job. This year is tough. The kids are struggling. The teachers are struggling. We're all struggling. Particularly in my district, we have an outbreak. There's positive cases at every school, and they're doing contact tracing, and so far, my school just has the one. But, it's just a matter of time, I'm sure, before it gets worse. I don't want it to. I love being back in the classroom. I just wish I didn't have to wear a mask. So I'd prefer to be at home where I can do, I'd prefer it not to be 2020. So, that's not an option. But writing has actually been something that even when I don't have the energy for it, I still miss it. I did write a lot this particular month. I did write a lot, and we'll talk about it when we get to Fool Me Twice and Flash Fiction, but mostly it's just not a lack of wanting to, it's just a lack of literal energy. I have hopes that that's going to change. I'm going to talk about that more when we get into Fool Me Twice, because I'm going to talk about NaNoWriMo and how I'm going to organize my schedule for that. Things are on fire everywhere, but we're one foot in front of the other. Site and channel. DOA. Just kidding. The facelift is kind of on hiatus for right now. I intend to do more work over the Christmas break. I think that's probably the next time I can probably put some time into it. I'm not going to lie. The majority of things I wanted to get done got done. The only thing that really needs to get done is I do need to get done a shell site for Fool Me Twice, because that'll be out in February, so it does need a site, but I still have months to do that. I'll do that on Christmas break. If I can get into some more stuff done Thanksgiving break, I will, but honestly, I'm not even thinking about it right now. Channel, I meant to do more videos for Fool Me Twice and Mad World, but they did not happen. I want to do a wrap-up video for Mad World, which I'll talk about when we get to individual, and I want to continue my Fool Me Twice. All that stuff I'm going to talk about a little bit later, but I do intend to do a little bit more for this channel because my weekends are probably going to be a little bit more free, which means I can film and edit. So I'll film on one day, edit on the next day. Let's see. So that's, site and channel. So let's get into the stuff you're really here for, which is this, the story stuff. Let's talk about Mad World Book 3, just because it's done. And I released it on October 6th, and everybody loved it. I think if you didn't like it, you didn't tell me, so I'm just going to assume everybody loved it. I was really happy with the response because I know that Mad World is a little bit of a darker set of books. Broken Girl, like I've just, the last couple of years, I've been writing some like really messed up stuff. And I'm really glad you guys kind of all came with me on that journey, but I hope we're all ready for February with Fool Me Twice because I always try to sprinkle in humor. I always try to sprinkle in a little bit of light. Book 3 of Mad World had Lulu, which I think Lulu and Maxie and the teens. I always try to use the teens should be there to lighten things up to the best we can. And I really think that Dylan and Lulu and their Maxie and all that crew in all the series did really do a good job of lightening up Book 3. But Book 3 just had so much going on, it was hard to keep that light. Really, I just had Lulu burning pies. Book 4 is kind of in a weird space. I had not planned to have a job this month. So the month of October, I was supposed to be working on the beta draft for Mad World, and then I was supposed to be kind of going into editing and hopefully out sometime early in the year. I don't know. I haven't even finished constructing the beta draft yet. Like, I don't even know I don't know anything. I don't know when it's coming back, other than the fact that, so right now, the order goes Book 3, and then it is Fool Me Twice Book 1, Broken Girl Book 2, and then September was supposed to be Damaged. If I don't have Mad World done by the time I'm supposed to put Damaged into production, Mad World gets slotted in, and my whole schedule just gets shoved down one. And that's fine because, Mad World needs to be done. And it's really important to me that as much as work as I put into the series, that I actually take my time with Mad World Book 4. And I want it to be a good finale. I want you guys to be satisfied. I want to be satisfied. And the good news is that Book 4 is, in theory, going to be a lot lighter than the first 3 books. Because the Brooke storyline and the Panic Room had some stuff that we had to deal with. So Book 1 was a little bit dark. Book 2 and 3 was definitely the serial rapist storyline, which definitely took the book into a really twisty spot. But that is done because the rapist got, sentenced. And while everybody is still dealing with the trauma, it's not actively on the page anymore in the way that it was. The support group that was in Book 3. So Book 4 is going to have a lot less trauma, which is good. I'm happy about that, and it's going to be a little bit more action-y and, plotty, which is nice. It's a good way to kind of finish up this book and finish up these characters. I mean, there's still going to be drama and character stuff, but it's just not it doesn't have to take me to the places that the last couple of books have. We're not talking about suicide. We're not talking about, rape in the way that we were. We're not that they're not gone, because, but they're just, not the focus the way that they were. So Book 4 will be out by September. I'm hoping sooner, but September at the latest. Let's get into NaNoWriMo and Fool Me Twice. So right now, as I write this, I have just started writing Chapter 7. I had really wanted to be at Chapter 12 by the end of this month, and I thought I might be. But then certain things just didn't happen the way that I wanted them to. A couple of days, I ended up not writing chapters when I wanted them to. And I have made it a focus this year that I have done a lot of writing this year. So one of the reasons why I feel like I've been able to do that is I have listened to myself, and on days where I was not feeling it, I did not write. And if it went hell with my schedule, it went hell with my schedule. But you guys got 2 full novels so far, and you've gotten like 3 half-assed flash fiction series, which are not terrible. You got 1 that's actually pretty good. I'll leave it up to you to decide which one that is, because I did 4 of them. And you got 4 in progress series that are actually pretty good. I like all 4 of them. So, like, I've written a lot this year. And I did, like, some short stories. Like, so, like, I've done some stuff. So, nobody's got any reasons to complain, I would hope. But Fool Me Twice, the problem that I'm having this month is not the story. I love the story. I love writing it. You guys on Twitter, I love writing it because I'm sharing pieces of it. I don't normally do that. The teens are so much fun to write because my versions of the teens are funny. Because teens are supposed to lighten the show, I'm gonna make you love Oscar. I don't care. Like, I know you think that that's not possible, but I love my Oscar. So if I love him, I'm gonna make you love him. Some of you guys even like my Lulu, and most of us hate Lulu. I can, at this point, take off an entire week of writing and only miss my due date by two chapters. So, and that's because of the way my schedule has unfolded. It's Friday, October 30th. I'm going to write a chapter today, even if I have to stay up to do it. It's fine. So today is Friday, October 30th. I'm filming this today. I'm editing it tomorrow, and it's going up on Sunday. I am writing a chapter today. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where, but I'm writing a chapter. I've got one scene done. I will be writing it, even if I have to take breaks. I'm doing a flash fiction tonight, so I'll probably be up late writing, but it's fine. I'm ready. I'll drink coffee. I'm writing a chapter today. I'm ready. I want to write this chapter. I am excited. There's more teens in this chapter. Carly and Elizabeth get to snipe at each other this chapter, and I love to write Carly and Liz sniping at each other. And, you know, there's more Jason and Elizabeth stuff. So, like, I am ready. I am writing a chapter today. I am writing a chapter tomorrow, and I'm writing a chapter on Sunday. This is my promise to you. The good news is on Monday and Tuesday, I am on remote teaching. The kids are not in the classroom, which means I am at school, but I don't have to walk around in lunch duty. I don't have to be on my feet for 25 minutes in the morning on morning duty because, you know, half of teaching is just duty. And I don't have to be on my feet from literally 9:40 to 11:40 because I don't have a desk in my second block, and my second block is 80 minutes, and you can't sit down because there are sixth graders, and you can't. I love sixth graders, you know I taught them all last year, but, like, if you sit down, the sixth graders will set the room on fire, and I don't know how they manage it because there's no matches, but they always manage to do it. So, Monday and Tuesday, I'm just not going to be as tired as I normally would, so I'm going to come home and write a chapter on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday's an in-service, and I'm at home. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, writing a chapter. So by next Sunday, I will be at chapter 15. And then the Sunday after it, I'm going to focus on just writing 2 chapters. Because that last week is my last week of my cycle. I have a 15-day cycle where I teach. And normally you would think, but she started a class all over again. She gets to get to know more kids. No, this next cycle, I don't have any students. I'm basically a glorified sub because we can't get subs, so they had to take, it's not important. The important thing is, like, I am not grading my students. I am not creating my own materials. I am not worrying about my own lesson plans for, like, 3 weeks. So the last 2 weeks of November, I am not teaching my class. I am teaching sub. And I'm sure that something will come along to frick that up. But let's assume that for once it won't. I will be able to write a chapter every day from the 16th to the 30th, which means I will just finish on the 30th with, like, you know, time. And, you know, I could also write more than that. I could finish early because I'm assuming that the week of November 9th to the 15th, I'm only going to write 2 chapters, and I could write 3 or 4. It really depends on my schedule. It depends on how well I have organized myself for this last week of the cycle. I'm really going to, I got 5 days off in which I'm going to write a chapter every day. And I'm really planning to kind of get that next week's content done before I have to go to work that week, which I normally can't do because there's not enough hours in the day because I have to teach for some of those hours, and I don't have to do that for 3 days. That's really great. That's what I'm looking forward to, and if I can do that, I can do more writing at home. It's sometimes I don't come home, it's not that I'm not tired, I'm not even tired, I just literally can't look at, and then I have to walk away from my computer. So, November, NaNoWriMo, Fool Me Twice, we're gonna do it November 30th, I'm gonna finish this first draft on November 30th, I'm telling you, I feel it. I love this story. I'm having so much fun writing it. And then the only thing left to talk about is flash fiction. And, like, flash fiction, it's, you know, it exists. I had a plan one day that I was going to revise. And, like, that's probably not going to happen. I'm going to. I just don't know when. Because, you know, I make a lot of plans. And then I don't do them. I did revise the one short story I wrote for 2001. So at least we'll have that. You know, I'm just tired. Teaching is terrible, but it's even worse in 2020. The only thing keeping me going sometimes is the writing. I live in New Jersey. Cases are up again. We'll probably be at home at some point. I don't know when. I'm filming this on Friday. The election is, like, 4 days away, and I know we're not going to know on Tuesday night unless there's, like, a miracle. And, like, I don't know, maybe in November we'll be at Civil War. Who knows? It's 2020. I would not put it past the Orange Nacho to declare, you know, a coup. I don't know. I know that I voted, and you know the gym gif where I just wanted to stop, and I'm like, that's where I am in life. I love writing. I miss writing full time, but, you know, I gotta pay the bills, and the bills are paid. I pay my property taxes. I'm so excited. Look at me, a real adult. All right, I hope when I pull up this thing at the end of November that we're all here at the end of November, that, you know, we haven't burned down the world. I hope that I'm not out remotely. I hope that none of my students have gotten sick. I hope that I'm not sick. I hope none of you are sick at home. You know, I just hope we all come back together at the end of December and I can say, hey, finished Fool Me Twice. and we could celebrate because maybe democracy will be back. And like, it's not perfect. It wasn't perfect before, but like, it's like on life support now. I'm gonna go.